At this point, once you've got your clay centered, you've coned it up and down 3 times, then you can open up. Pressing your thumb in a little bit at the top there, you can find where the real center is. Now, I've seen people do this in different ways. Some people like to stick the thumbs in and then move out. Other people like to stick the middle finger down and pull out. I think that at the moment I'm going to do a little bit of both. I find the center and push it down, and then I'm going to stick my finger deep inside there and pull it straight out towards me. Once you've got the clay open, you've got to make sure that you're not collecting water in there. So always be putting in your sponge to make sure that you are getting it out. When you're beginning doing this, you won't have a really good understanding of how thick your bottom is. And that's when you can use your needle tool, sticking it in and then judging whether you've got enough on the bottom. So about 1 centimetre is good, because you're going to want to be able to turn it over and trim a nice bottom on your piece afterwards. So once I've got my piece opened up as far as I want to, I'm actually running my fingers backwards and forwards across the middle from the outside to the inside. It really compresses that base, and that's going to stop you from getting S cracks through the bottom when it goes into the kiln. That's opening it up. Okay, now we want to pull up our sides. When you're doing a cup or a vase, you pretty much want to be doing a cylinder. The speed that I'm using now is around halfway, and it's going to get slower as I go, because my sides will get thinner and less robust, and I want to have more control. You can see that in between pulls, I'm compressing the edge. Okay, I'm making sure that that top layer is nice and firm. It's the area that's going to end up with the most water in it, because when you pour your water, I'm just taking some water out of the center here, making sure, but you want to keep those sides nice and slippery. You never want to have them sticky so that you're going to get too much friction on them. So that top there is going to end up with most of the water. Alright, I'm doing a second pull. As I'm pulling, I have my 2 hands touching each other, and that is because it gives me more control, and I can really judge how thick the sides are. I'm not squishing up, I'm squishing in, and as I go, it is rising up and getting thinner just by compressing it. You want to, if possible, be able to do this in 3 pulls. That's ideal. The less time the clay's on the wheel, the better. So let's give it 1 more. I like to have my lip pointing out a little. Help me sip my coffee. Now it's time to get this off. I'm going to start by taking off some of that clay from the bottom, and it's going to be less trouble for me if I can take off a bit of it now, and then I won't have to worry about that. One of the bigger ribs now, and changing that to my wedge tool.